is white chocolate raspberry. Pair it with a strawberry cold foam. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at grazinggouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at lincolnairport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Central and Western Nebraska, this one's for you. On March 7th, Love Nebraska brings the pro game to the Heartland Events Center in Grand Island for a 7 p.m. showdown with Love Salt Lake, presented by FNBO. No long drive, no watching from afar, just live action in your backyard, featuring powerful serves, high-flying attacks, and the kind of intensity that builds with every rally. This is your chance to experience Nebraska volleyball up close as the entire state comes together for one big night. Get your tickets now at lovbneb.com/tickets.
93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your 93.7 The Ticket Sports Update. I'm Connor Crimmy. Nebraska basketball will be back tomorrow as they get ready to take on the USC Trojans at 3 p.m. Central Time. The Huskers are coming off a 74-61 win over Maryland and looking to improve to 25-4 on the season. Staying in the Big Ten, 13th-ranked Michigan State defeats 8th-ranked Purdue 76-74 on the road last night. The loss dropped the Boilermakers to 12-5 in Big Ten play and dropped them to 5th in the Big Ten Conference. Nebraska softball was back last night, falling in a 2-1 extra innings thriller to number 21 Oklahoma State. The Huskers will be back today against South Dakota State at 2:30 p.m. and then Tulsa at 5 p.m. They will then play an additional 2 games against Oklahoma State on Saturday and Sunday. Nebraska baseball is back today as they start their 3-game weekend series with the Auburn Tigers at Auburn. The game will be played at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. For more sports updates, keep it tuned here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostreiter. Watch out! Lafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this fourth quarter Friday, baby. It's the fourth quarter, Swim. Okay. It's the fourth quarter. Why'd you look at me like that, big dog? It's fourth quarter. Nick Holt, throw your fingers in the air, man. Throw the 4 up.
I got to make sure you're on camera here. Hold on. There we go.
Throw
All
it
right,
up, baby.
Hold up the force.
What does that mean to you, Swim? When you see that in the game, man?
It's the fourth quarter.
You know what Nebraska football, what that meant?
What?
B to A.
Okay.
Even more.
I know what that means.
Yes. And so did the opponent most of the times. Absolutely. Folks, we are with you on this fourth quarter Friday. It means just finishing this joker out strong. The sun is shining. The sun's out. Nick's guns are out. His chest is protruding because you know what, folks?
No.
Here's a message before we hop on our guests. Nick is officially done with his push-ups.
Yeah, they're done.
He finished them up yesterday. Nick, we're going to dive into that too because there's a lot to discuss there. The journey, the mindset.
I did push-ups.
It was more than push-ups, Swim. It's what it made you. It's what developed inside you in the pectoral area, but more important than the pectoral area, it was the mindset, baby.
Maybe that's the issue. Maybe I didn't get enough out of them.
Okay, we can do some more.
Yeah, maybe I might.
We're going to do some more.
Might have to.
Folks, it is a balmy 48 degrees here at 1040 O Street. A high of 68 today, a high of 56 tomorrow. We ain't going to talk about the rest of the days, though. Mm-hmm. We've got a great guest in today, folks, because life can change in seconds. And I told you yesterday this was going to be a very serious interview, but also one that brings a lot of light and education. 1 minute your son is riding their e-bike on a Wednesday afternoon. The next, you get a call that they've been hit by not a car, not a motorcycle, but by a truck and swim thrown over 30 feet in the air. That's what happened to my brother, my good friend Tom Hover, and his son Ben a few weeks back. Ben was rushed to the trauma center in the Phoenix Children's Hospital down in Arizona. By the grace of God, his head CT scan came back clear. 30 feet in the air, and the CT scan came back clear. He's got some serious injuries, a broken tibia, fibula, clavicle, but he's still here. He's still here. So today isn't about drama. It's about perspective. It's about fatherhood. It's about faith and what really matters when life stops you in your tracks. Nick, I just did a podcast yesterday when a lady asked me about my cancer. What was your first reaction? Shock. Tom, joining us from Arizona, not as a guest, but as a dad that just lived through every parent's worst nightmare. Tom, good morning, my brother. How are you?
Good morning, AD. It's great to hear from you, brother.
Man, it is good to hear your voice, man. Tom, first, how's Ben doing today? And tell us the exact date that it happened.
It happened just about 3 weeks ago. He has started back in school. He started doing half days. He just started doing full day this week. He has a walker. He's in a full boot, so he never did have a cast. They put titanium rods in his legs, so he was in a walking boot right away, which is incredible advance of technology from when we were kids. And other than being in a lot of pain, like you said, he's here. And the entire story and the reason I I wanted to talk to you was like the fact that he's here. And, if I give a little background, you and I go back, 21 years?
Absolutely.
And,
At least that.
You know my wife, 25, 26 years.
Absolutely.
And if anybody knows AD, as soon as you meet AD, you don't have a friend, you have a brother. And AD has been my brother for the past 20 years. And through the grace of social media, even though when we don't get to see each other, we've got to see our families grow up, and I've got to see your beautiful family grow up. And, I grew up in LA as a skater kid, and I skated my whole life. And like any kid in the 80s or 90s, when I wasn't skating, I was riding my bike. And I realized I spent my entire youth trying to jump over things, and I don't know why. But I never wore a helmet. I never wanted to wear a helmet growing up. And I bet most of your audience has spent more time trying to get their kids or even their own football helmet fitted or baseball helmet fitted. I don't even know what, brand bike helmet Ben had. I just knew that he needed a helmet, and I trusted that he wore a helmet. And so when the tragedy hit, when I found out that he got hit, I was, thank God that he was wearing his helmet. His mom said that he had flown 30 feet, and we went to the hospital. And I'll tell you, AD, his leg looked like what we used to do to Star Wars figures. I've never seen anything like it. His leg was twisted, his clavicle was broken, his body was completely beat up. He was in one of those giant neck braces. And then when I walked around to give him a kiss, he had 3 scratches on his forehead, and that was it. His entire body was broken, and because of a $30 piece of plastic, I'm sitting here talking to you and trying to help people put helmets on their kids instead of giving a eulogy to my 14-year-old son. And so it's just like this amazing thing that's something that we don't think about. Every day when he'd ride his bike, I'd tell him, "Hey, Ben, make sure you put your helmet on." But you never think that tragedy is going to happen to you, and it almost did. And so when it happened, the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to show you what happened and give you an update. But then I wish I could show the pictures to every person, to every parent, to every kid. Like, this is the difference. And so what I thought, I sent the pictures to you, and I was like, there's no person more inspirational on this earth than AD, and I wanted you to get the word out. And then when you invited me on the show, I said, absolutely. So I appreciate it, and sorry for that long-winded answer.
No, Tom, man, I'm humbled, man, by your words, man. I appreciate you. Love you, brother. And you sent me those pictures. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tom. There were some of them I couldn't even look at long. I sent Nick and my co-host here a number of them too. And I just, because I'm thinking, I can't imagine what you and Ange and the family were going through. And you said it was very sobering what you just said. You said, I'm talking to you rather than preparing for my son's eulogy. And he's 14. Tom, where were you at when you got the call, and what went through your mind initially?
Well, I was at work, and Nancy drove over there. It actually wasn't too far from the house. We live in Scottsdale. And he was the third rider in a group of 3 boys. He was the trail rider. And so she got a call, and she went to the paramedics. And we weren't exactly sure what had happened. We knew Ben was laying in the street, and they were going to take him to Children's Memorial Hospital. And so I actually didn't know how bad it was until I got to the hospital, which, to be honest, was a blessing, because if I had known, that would have been the longest drive of my life. And so really, I just drove over there to see what happened. And when I got there, her parents are in town. They're snowbirds. And, Anne just the mom of the year and slept in the room for 4 days. So what ended up happening is he had 2 compound fractures in his leg and a broken clavicle. And he was there for 3 or 4 days, and they put him together. And the picture of the 4th day of him smiling in that walking bed, just the difference in that 72-hour period, is truly remarkable. It's just truly remarkable.
Ange being a healthcare professional herself and staying in that hospital and knowing that helps when you have mama there that knows procedures, what's going on, knows the the lingo, not the lingo, but the terms, the terminology, what's going on. Because, Tom, you're a smart guy. You're an attorney. You're a bright dude. When it comes to a guy like me, I'm seeing all those buttons. I'm hearing I'm seeing all the tubes, and you're seeing your child there. So I can only imagine the piece that you had, even in chaos, that Ange was there, that she understands what they were doing. But when they told you the head CT came back clear, what did that feel like?
That was everything. That was my first concern, because when I walked in, I was not expecting to see the giant collar on his neck. And, I went to law school. My job in that hospital room was to stay out of the way. I didn't know anything that was going on. And she could communicate, which is fabulous that she is who she is, and she could communicate with the doctors and ask all the right questions. And really my job was to keep people updated, and just to stay out of the way. But when they came back and said, it was the CAT scan was clear and the neck was clear, I knew that everything else could get fixed. And especially at this age, at 14, where things heal so quickly, I was just so thankful that not having the helmet, just having that $30 helmet, changed everything in our lives. And that's like the one thing I wish I could tell everybody is that, I wish I could tell kids. I see them every day. I know it's hot. I know you don't want to mess up your hair. I know, you don't want to go to school with the helmet on your head. It legitimately saved his life. And I wish I could communicate, and anyone who's listening, have that conversation with your kids, have that conversation with yourself. Like, put a helmet on. It's such an easy thing to do. It's the seatbelts of our generation. Our parents never wanted to wear seatbelts, so we just do it automatically. And so I really appreciate the microphone to be able to get that word out.
You know what? When we were texting back and forth, and you sent me the pictures, Tom, I had a smile and some watery eyes, because years ago when I stayed with you, I got a picture still been on my back after we ate lunch dinner at the golf course there, and I remember I had that Darth Vader mask, and he goes, "I am your father." He didn't say father. I am your father.
Well, I tell you what, my brother-in-law, I guess, and my former brother-in-law now, I guess probably a lot of your audience knows Will and Robert Scott, and two of the greatest knuckleheads in the world. Yes. But my son has some of the Scott blood in him, and I will tell you that while we were wheeling him into the surgery room, he's 14. He's in an incredible amount of pain. He's scared out of his mind. And his mom said to him, "You're a tough boy. You can be tough. You tore the front off of that truck when it hit you." And he looked up at us and he said, "We'll call it a tie." And I knew right then that was his uncle speaking. Yeah. I knew.
That's Robert and Wiz for sure. Yeah, we were going to call it because they were hockey guys, so those are tough dudes, man. Oh, man. Tom, well, you think, okay, with the tibula, the fibula, the clavicle, now, obviously, there's some brevity to it with comments like that helps tremendously. There's still a long road ahead for Ben. What are the doctors telling you about recovery?
It's a long process, because one of the it's going to sound strange, but one of the best things about it was the compound fracture was clean. And so the bones completely missed each other as they broke and separated. Now, I'm just repeating what I've told. Like I said, I know nothing about any of this. But they put the titanium rods in his legs, and so he has a lot of rehab ahead of him. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's a really talented baseball player. He trains at Driveline here in Scottsdale, and to have his right collarbone broken and his right leg broken, just to get back on the field, it's going to be a lot. But that's so secondary right now. The fact that he's able to walk to school, not to school, but he's able to walk through school with a walker. He doesn't even need crutches. He's got a long, painful recovery, but there is a recovery. And that's the key to all this. There is a recovery.
Tom, here we got a few text messages in, a number of text messages. from Matt. Matt, good morning. He goes, oh, man, this is so good. We'll call it a tie. Prayers to Ben until a full recovery. Riley, good morning to you, Riley. He goes, we have two rules when we ride dirt bikes, helmet and boots, or you don't go. Bo Lever said, living in God's grace, nothing worse. Richie Rich, thank you, man. Good morning, fellas. Great show, best show. Man, we appreciate you as well, brother. Tom, with all of those, like I said, the road back, like you said, but he's still here. And we talked about that just a few days ago, that you're still here. He was wearing the helmet, and obviously the CT scan was clear as a result of that. Tom, this is kind of a hit right here. How differently, based on what you've heard from doctors, you and Ange, what you guys heard from doctors, how would this most likely be different had he not been wearing that $30 helmet?
Well, if I could go back to a few of those text messages,
Yes,
one
please.
of the things that it was truly amazing is I had never been to Nebraska. I married into a Nebraska family, and I spent 20 years going back for football games, hanging out with you and hanging out with everyone, and the love that I found from Nebraskans. You hear it all the time, but it's being from Los Angeles. It's we don't have that sense of community, and just to get those text messages, I mean, it really means so much. And just being able to go back there, I was able to bring my mom back to Lincoln in 07 when we whipped her boys.
He's a USC grad.
Yeah. But my mom would have never gone to Lincoln, Nebraska. She was raised in LA, and so the sense of community, even getting those texts for people who have no idea who I am, that's just truly amazing. Plain and simple, he'd be dead. Like there's no way to sugarcoat it. I mean, honestly, that would have been the best, because if he wasn't dead, he would have been basically brain handicapped for life. But the doctors flat out said that he would not have survived that crash. And I was thinking about what I want to do. I don't have the microphone that you have. I don't have the audience, but even donating helmets to Boys and Girls Clubs, I want to do something, because it is such a simple fix. And to hear the people say that they can't ride their bikes without their helmets, I wish I was that dad. I wasn't nonchalant about it, but I was always just like, hey, put your helmet on. But I never made sure they did.
Right.
And I thank God he did. Like, he was responsible enough to put it on, because I've seen a lot of kids holding their helmets as they ride their bikes. So yeah, there is no doubt in anyone's mind that it absolutely saved his life. And it's just an amazing thing.
Tom, this story, I just got a few more for you before we let you go. And Nick, you know this, but you may have forgotten. Tom, I'm not even sure if you know this. My oldest brother was killed on his bike. Downtown Lincoln, actually about 2 blocks from here where our station sits at. Tom, it took me, and I'm going to segue this back to you and bring this round back. And Nick knows this story. I got an e-bike about 3 years ago, and 2.5 years ago. It took me, Tom, a number of years to even get on a bike again after my brother was killed. And the first thing I got was the helmet. That was the first thing. I will always wear that helmet. And Tom, I want you to talk about this part of it. I remember hearing some buddies, not Nick and those guys, and this is all due serious, not those guys. But I would hear some guys, man, what are you doing wearing that helmet? What are you doing? And I didn't dive into it, because sometimes you don't want to talk about the sibling you lost. And my brother was wearing a helmet, but the way that the impact happened, it just wasn't an option. And I thank God that Ben is still with us. The way that my brother was hit and killed, again, in Will and Robert and their family, I'll never forget, they contributed to my brother's foundation for his burial things. You just don't forget stuff like that, Tom. Just like you said, you don't forget the text message, people reaching out. But it took me a while to get back on a bike again, years to get on a bike again, thinking about my brother. And if I'm being fully honest with you, I still hang out on the trails. I'm just honestly just scared. I don't want to ride in the streets. I know they got bike paths and things like that along the street lanes. I'm just not there yet. And I probably never will be, because I don't have to, first of all, I don't have to. When Ben gets back on his, if he decides to, how will you kind of navigate that with him?
It's a really good question because, his mom and I are divorced and we have separate houses, and he has 2 bikes. And there's a bike sitting in my garage, and every time I pull in, I look at that bike. And I actually had that question with myself, like, what is that going to look like? Is he ever going to ride this bike again? Because, the one thing that we haven't touched on, and you mentioned in the opening and you just mentioned now, that these aren't even bikes.
E-bikes.
Like these e-bikes are basically, we called them mopeds basically when we were kids.
Yeah.
And they're going 30 miles an hour.
Yep.
And these kids are 13, 14 years old. And I honestly don't know. I don't know how he's going to take it. I don't know how I'm going to take it. I'm going to make for sure he's wearing a helmet. But it is going to be interesting. It's like anything else. Do you get back up on that horse right away, or are you timid? And it will be interesting to see. And I did know that story about your brother, and I didn't want to bring it up. But it just shows how close to home everything is, and how 2 people. And this is the part that I said, like from the very beginning, that when you meet AD, you love AD. 2 kids who grew up half a country apart, who have nothing in common, have everything in common. And that's like all of us. And that's why I wish I could just get it across. And I've said it 1,000 times. Just put the helmet on.
Tom, I can't thank you enough for taking the time. And Tom, I'll tell you what, as in the spring, if you're open to it, I'd love you to have come back on again, and let's dive into this and hear how Ben's recovery is going. Because as the weather starts getting nicer, as you know, you guys down there in Scottsdale, it's nice all year round. Here, it's it'll start getting nicer again. I mean, it's nice right now, but me and you both know this is an offshoot. This is weird for Nebraska to be this nice in February. We know
there's a reason. There's a reason half your state's in Scottsdale right now.
You're exactly right. So I definitely want to have you back on in the spring and give us an update, but also some stats and figures that we want to go over the next time you're on as well to talk about this. And the last question I got for you, brother, is this. How has Ben handling all this emotionally?
So much better than I thought. Like, you grew up playing football. You've had this talk, and so many dads who are listening have had this talk. You have a talk of the difference between being hurt and being injured.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hurt or are you injured?
Yep.
If you're hurt, get up. And he was injured, like injured like I've never seen a kid injured. And there are good days and there are bad days, but he has a wheelchair and he refuses to sit in the wheelchair. He wants to walk. And as a dad, that just brings, because he could quit right now. And he's already trying to get back up on that mound, and he's trying to pitch again. And I asked him, what do you miss most? He goes, playing baseball, hanging out with my friends. And so he's handling it probably so much better than I would have. And that makes me proud as a dad. And as far as coming back on, brother, anytime. I love you. I will do anything for you. And I would love to give a report that he's up and running again.
Absolutely, Tom. I got to ask this before we go. Tell us real fast. Nick, you'll appreciate this. Tell us the Mike Trout story in Ben. MLB player. He's with the Angels, isn't he?
Yeah, everybody knows who Mike Trout is. He's an MLB. He's a Major League Baseball player.
I got excited, but tell us about it.
Mike Trout's a Major League Baseball player, if you did not know. He's just one of the best to play in the last 15 years of the game.
Tell us the story, Tom.
He might have a career in ball.
He might just be one of the 30 teams franchise players and faces of the franchise.
But Tom, I always assume there's some in the audience who don't know.
Okay, you know what? If there's anybody on our text line that doesn't know who Mike Trout is, you don't have to be a fan. You don't have to know his batting average from last year. But if you don't know who Mike Trout is, you can text in the show.
Tell us, Tom. Tell us this story.
I was only a walk-on in SC, but I think Mike Trout's got a pretty good Major League career. So during COVID, my boys were trained by a minor league pitcher named Spencer Watkins because the minor league season was canceled. And so obviously there was no school, and Spencer trained him every day. Spencer then got called up to the Orioles for the 21 season, and he pitched against the Angels. And I told my sons, I said, if he strikes out Mike Trout, I will buy you each a PSA 10 rookie card of Mike Trout. Well, he gave up 2 home runs to Trout, but then he struck him out. So here I am, stuck trying to buy my kids just these cards, and at the time they were like $2,000. Flash forward to about a week ago, the Tops had their big release, and the Angels have their spring training in Phoenix. And Mike Trout went to a card show, and they were doing a big thing. There's probably 300 or 400 kids there, and they have a thing of who is willing to trade a card to Mike Trout. And every kid had a card, and my oldest son was jumping up and down with his rookie card. And the guy who was running it said, "Oh my goodness, is that a PSA 10 Trout rookie?" And Tommy said, "Yes." He goes, "Well, Mike Trout has a card he would like to trade you." And it was the 09 rookie signature from when he was a minor leaguer. And it's like a $10,000 card. And so Topps did a whole thing about Mike Trout gave a young collector a $10,000 card. And so it's been a crazy 3 weeks between, the highs and lows of having 2 sons, I tell you.
Dude, that story is so cool, man. Tom, I'm going to post some of these pictures that you sent. First of all, is that okay with you if we share some of those pictures on our socials?
Yeah, Twitter deleted my tweet, and I don't know why. Maybe because it was a kid who was in a wheelchair or in a hospital bed. But yeah, please post I would love to. If you don't want to look at him in a hospital bed, I completely get it. But when you see the difference in 3 days, I would love everyone to see it.
Absolutely. I'm going to do this up. We'll make sure these are on our socials. We'll tag you on there as well. Before we let you go, Big B texts us into you, into the show, and to us, and to you, Tommy goes, "Here's another thought. Professional writers wear them for a reason, because they understand the risk kids and adults who are not professionals should realize that as well." That is powerful, Big B. Go ahead, brother.
And it also just goes back to kids are idiots. So we as parents have to make sure that the kids are doing it.
Absolutely. Folks, Tom Hover from Arizona, living there. Tom, we're continuing, brother, to continue to keep Ben and Ange and little Tom as well in our thoughts and our prayers. Brother, I love you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate the fire. There's a difference in your voice, man. And we know each other well enough. There's a difference in your voice. And I know when you put your head to something, I know you're going to cause a lot of good down there with a result of this. A lot of awareness will come as a result of this. And we'll team up again in the spring and get this on. And of course, me and you will visit off air some things that we can possibly even do down there to spread this awareness. Because literally, like you said, I think it's one of the most powerful lines you said. I'm talking to you guys now rather than writing my son's eulogy. Brother Tom, I love you and I appreciate you, brother. Thanks a bunch, man.
I love you, AD. Thanks for the mic. We'll talk soon.
You bet, brother. Folks, we will be back. Powerful, powerful stuff, man. It's The Drive, 93.7 A Ticket.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. One last night, one legendary career. On April 4th at 7 p.m., Love Nebraska hosts Love Austin at Baxter Arena, and it marks the final home match of Olympic gold medalist Jordan Larson's career. From world championships to unforgettable runs in Nebraska, she's defined excellence at every level. Now she shares the court one final time at home against an Austin squad ready to compete. It's more than a matchup. It's a farewell to a Nebraska icon and global trailblazer. Be there to witness history on April 4th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at lovbneb.com/tickets.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
It's seafood season at Amigos. Time to get that one-of-a-kind crisp crab rangoon burrito and dip it in some sweet chili sauce. There's a crab rangoon Frenchie too. Enjoy grilled fish, grilled shrimp, or crispy fish tacos, wrapped in warm whole wheat tortillas, topped with pico de gallo, cabbage, and Amigos Chipotle mayo sauce. From jumbo shrimp baskets or fish and chips to fish tacos, there's something for everyone. You'll love the bold, fresh flavors of seafood at Amigos. Amigos is serving up a brand new way to score the bold, fresh flavors you love with 8 affordable value meals. At $5 and $6, these meals are easy on the wallet, so treat yourself anytime. Sink into the new 3-cheese melt or taco melt, both stacked with crave-worthy flavor in every bite. There's crunchy taquito dippers too, perfect for dunking in Amigos' famous ranch or spicy cheese. Big flavor, small price. Value meals at Amigos.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines. Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'd say me and Swim would be banned from the air if we said some of the things we say. Hey, there's the Ghostbuster.
Okay.
You see that Ghostbuster vehicle?
I do. The little station wagon.
Yeah, man. Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Bringing it back full circle, man, I can't thank my brother Tom enough. Tom and Angie Thompson Hover, we are praying for you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And Swim, I really didn't know if I was going to bring up my brother or not, but I didn't want to bring it up to Tom, first of all, but I think I know he remembered that. Those are just all those correlations, man. And his son, Ben, is still with us. So incredibly grateful for that. And so during the history, I'm going to kind of knock off and show you some series and some stats on those of where that's, it's just crazy important, fellas, guys and gals. Get those helmets off. Doesn't make you less of a man or less of a woman. No, it makes you be able to live. Yeah. You know, increases your chances for that as far as that goes. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. He's been a well-respected rep since 1999. Jack can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, even your future. Even the gentleman walking slowly across the screen right now.
Not the screen. They can't see him.
Well, my screen was kind of my screen view right there. One more sharp word to me, and it's going to be a throat punch.
One more.
Okay,
don't start.
One more.
Mr. AD,
one more
don't
remark.
start with me.
You know, I'm trying to be attitudes over everything.
Yep.
Even how you punch someone.
You got to choose it.
Choose the attitude.
Choose the attitude.
You can visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward, or give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 and see how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Service can help you. Swim, all due seriousness, the big game that starts today. Nebraska, the first time ever between Nebraska and Auburn take on each other in early season test. Top 10 SEC opponent. The Huskers are 7-3 in their last 10 games versus ranked teams. It's not a bad record. Obviously, with the recent upset of number 16 Florida State on last week. This is a measuring stick weekend in SEC country because Nebraska's coming in, obviously feeling pretty good. They went 1-2, but they feel pretty good off the one they got. As far as they go. Why are you smiling at me like that, man? Your face is like it's like you're about to say something. No. Choose your words carefully if you want to make that plane trip. Okay?
I'm here.
Okay, there we go. Nebraska's bats Swim have been pretty loud through 7 games, batting .319 team batting average, 29 extra base hits, 23 doubles, and the thing that you hate, tell us what it is, Swim.
Free passes.
Free passes. You don't like free passes. You don't like free shout-outs. You don't like anything free.
No.
Swim, tell us about this game from your perspective, I always resort to you because you know this sport, you know this game, you know the ins and outs of it.
It's more than just one game. It's 3 games this weekend.
First pitch today?
Yes, first pitch is today.
I'm saying time, though.
Oh. Well, I was
Nick,
asking.
Are you all the way here? Remember yesterday I asked if some days you just don't got it? I feel that you're mentally somewhere else right now. You're kind of all over the place. Are you California dreaming?
I'm all
Are you
over the
California
place.
dreaming already? California dream. Are you California dreaming already, Swim?
No, I'm not. Are you? I'm the one that's all over the
You're
place.
just over there looking at me with a gloss look over your face. You're just kind of like, man, I'm ready to check out.
Okay.
I think you've tapped out already, Swim.
I am not.
It's fourth quarter Friday, Swim. You
I know,
can't tap
hold him
out.
up. Hold him up.
You said hold him up.
Hold the 4s up. Sorry, I gotta be clear. We're on radio. Hold him up. Hold him up. No, it's Nebraska. I mean, here's the thing. They went 1-2 last week. It made me laugh because you were like, they went 1-2 last week. They're feeling good about it. I'm like, I don't know if they're feeling great.
They're feeling good about the last game they played.
Yes, they're feeling good
Absolutely.
about the last game.
It's better than going 0-3.
It is. You probably could have looked at the last weekend though and said Nebraska could have gone 3-0. But that's glass half empty mentality, and we're a glass half full show.
You are what you are.
We are what we
You're
are
1
what
and
we
2.
are. Yes, 4-3 overall.
Mhm.
Nebraska. Here's the deal. This weekend against number 7 Auburn. I got to see Auburn in person last weekend down in Texas, and this is a legit team. Now I'm disappointed because all 3 games this weekend will be on SEC Network Plus. So not even SEC Network. It'll be on SEC Network Plus. And so because of that, you have it to where there's not going to be a whole lot of Husker fans probably going to be able to watch these games. However, I'll add in here, Nebraska's got a lot of a major opportunity to prove that, hey, they belong in the regional conversation and the hosting regional conversation. It all starts tonight. Ty Horn, you got to get a good performance out of him. If Nebraska can somehow take 2 of 3 this weekend from the Tigers, AD, fire up the engines. The hype train is going to be leaving the station here in the next week.
Swim, the rotation for this weekend on Friday today, you got Ty Horn coming off a strong outing, of course, number 15, Louisville. Swim, does this seem like that Ty Horn's been here forever?
Maybe. I don't know. Does it? You tell me.
Because
feel like he does?
Maybe because I've really just got dialed into it the past couple years with you and Raph, man.
I mean, he's a redshirt sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Redshirt sophomore? I believe so. It's his 3rd year in the program. Maybe it's felt like last year was really the first year though that with Ty that he's been given kind of the keys to the vehicle though.
Saturday, Carson takes over, 17 strikeouts. Power arm misses the bat. Sunday, Gavin. What's the proper way to pronounce his last name? Blockowitz.
Yes. Yeah, here's the thing.
He starts on Sunday.
Carson Yasta on Saturday. We saw it last weekend with Nebraska and Kansas State before. I mean, Nebraska was up in that game at one point. And a big reason why was because Carson Yasta had 4 pitches working. He had his 4-seam that topped out at 98 miles an hour consistently. He had a curveball that he was able to break off at 74 miles per hour. First off, just right off the bat there, 24 miles an hour of speed change consistently with a little bit of movement is going to keep hitters, no matter how good that team is, off balance. He also had a cutter working that was low 90s, and he had a slider working that was upper 80s. And so when you kind of have that mix in your arsenal and working for you, good things tend to happen. Blockowitz on Sunday did a nice job. Limited free passes, limited walks as well. Went 5 strong innings. Nebraska's bullpen. That's the other side. I'm more intrigued this weekend about the bullpen. There were some guys we still haven't seen this year. We haven't seen a guy in Jalen Worthley, who has been in years past a high leverage guy, struggled to get some outs in the later stages of last season. And I don't know if Nebraska just still doesn't trust him quite yet.
Lincoln East guy?
Lincoln East guy. Was going to go to San Jose State and then eventually decommitted from San Jose State and came to Nebraska. But Jalen Worthy, obviously his younger brother Jeter, who's a true freshman, is getting starts behind the dish this year for Nebraska. But we haven't seen him. Tucker Timmerman, we did not see over the weekend. I think that there's some not concerns there with Tucker Timmerman. I think they're maybe just being a little more cautious with him early in the season for a couple of reasons that necessarily I don't know if are public. So I just think that when you look at Nebraska baseball, there's a couple of pieces that I'm still kind of waiting to see. But there's also been some really strong performances out of the pen from guys like Ryan Harrahill, Kevin Manell, who they brought in from the transfer portal, has been good in closing role. Nebraska might find themselves winning some pretty tight games and needing some of those arms out of the bullpen to come up, and all you got to do is throw strikes because that keeps your team in it.
It's going to be a challenge. Auburn throws in 2 lefties Friday and Saturday, and Nebraska's line will definitely have to be disciplined with their approach as far as that goes, man. It's going to be I'm definitely going to listen, Swim, but there's so much going on this weekend. You have the women that take on Rutgers on 1 o'clock on Saturday. You got the men, the game that you'll be at, that tips off at 3 p.m. Women's softball lost a tough one to Okie State last night. Innings. Yeah, lost a tough one to Okie State, but they're going to get a chance right away, right again. So there's so much going on in Husker athletics, and it's good stuff. You know, you see them slugging it out. So they obviously they've got some things going on, but they will play. I think their next game is. Oh, I just had it up here. Swim. I'll bring it up later. But they've had a tough one going on as well. So there's a lot that Nebraska overall sports that we got to pay attention to this weekend. I'm excited to do it, man. Listen, I'll probably listen to a lot of some of the baseball games.
Well, and so
on Saturday.
Here's the thing. This is what I'm thinking. So don't quote me on this. I'm getting texts talking about how the SEC Network Plus is tied in with the ESPN app. I don't think it is with the basic subscription. The ESPN, it used to. If you had ESPN's the Plus subscription, you got everything. You could watch SEC Network. You could watch not the Big Ten Network. You could watch anything you wanted. Now they've changed it, and specifically these Husker games this weekend are on SEC Network Plus. So it's essentially like Big Ten Plus, which tells me more than likely you probably need a separate subscription or in a more advanced subscription to get the SEC Network Plus. Don't quote me on it. Try to find it if you can. If you can, you can tweet at me. You can text me, whatever. I don't care. I just, if I can watch these games, I'm going to watch them. But
you know, and Derek in a car, that would get old. Did you see Derek? Good morning. That would piss me off too, because after watching the softball game last night, it's abundantly clear ESPN's job is to pillory and ridicule the Huskers.
Yeah.
Big Ten and affiliates. Any affiliates, the bias was on full display with the play-by-play saying ridiculous things all night. And you know what, Derek in the car, I'm going to go to the same thing when I mentioned when Nebraska basketball played against Ohio State. You would have thought Ohio State was ranked 5 in the country.
Now,
the way they were blowing up Ohio State, and Nebraska was one. It does get. Nick, you know, I try to say even kill.
Yeah.
But, dude, it's so freaking over. It's just obvious.
Well, okay.
Derek in the car, I feel you. I don't blame you, dog.
Last night, I even tweeted it out. By the way, we're having people texting saying it's not on ESPN Plus, that they just checked. So not available. But nonetheless, in regards to Nebraska's softball's game last night, I tweeted it out. I as somebody that's going to make a lot of mistakes over the 48 games that I call in the next 2 weeks for state basketball, I will make many, many mistakes. However, that does not give an excuse to be lazy in preparation.
Bingo.
And what I will say is,
did it sound like they were lazy?
Well, when you call Nebraska's legacy head coach Rhonda Revel, and you do not get the name correct, that is laziness to me. And once I sat there, and I even tweeted it out. I sat there and I thought, okay, honest mistake, right? You look down at your notes real quick. You say Revel instead of Revel. Fine. But then in the first 3 innings, when they talked about her 3 or 4 times, and it was the same mistake over and over, that's when I have a problem with it. And this is a coach that has been a head coach in college softball since 1993. She has over 1,100 wins, the most in Nebraska, just across all sports. And currently they are relevant as they are a top 5 team in the country. And you don't get it right. Now, I look at it this way, AD, as a younger guy in this business, obviously don't know everything. Are you okay?
I'm just showing.
Okay. I don't know everything, but there's
you're gonna prep, Swim.
But there's a lot of college kids that would put a lot of time, effort, and energy that are just hoping for the opportunity to call a game between a number 4 team in the country and a number 16 team in the country. So, and these guys were very adult and
should have known better.
And so that's what bothers me a little bit.
Swimming, and it's legit though. I watch how you meticulously prepare.
Oh, there's gonna be. I'm prepping people. Like, there's gonna be mistakes I make.
Yeah,
and I get them. I get them every now and then, right? Especially with small town teams, because I'll be honest. Like, we don't get pronunciation guides for high school. We just don't. And so, but college, you do. You get pronunciation guides for all of this.
So here's the difference.
There's no excuse.
Here's the difference. To your point, I don't even say anything after that because, like you said, there's no excuse. When your job is to know these names, they're not doing other sports.
No,
they're doing softball.
Yeah.
Therefore, you can tell if someone's lazy on their prep or not.
Also, Oklahoma State has a pretty respectable broadcast journalism school. They have a pretty and the production of it last night was really good. The broadcasting of it was less than to be desired for.
Derek said called out our players by name. It was just totally unprofessional.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Just go out there and beat them. But it does suck to have that type of coverage at times. Like I told you, I almost put the Ohio State game on mute. I was so sick of it.
Yeah,
Steve Smith.
Which
I'm like,
that was different because it was and like the Nick Stauskas when Nebraska went to Michigan was bad.
Horrible.
That was bad.
Horrible. It's 2 of them.
I don't know. Hold on. Here's the question.
Did he respond? Because you got to cut after him, Swim.
Oh no, I stayed away from Nick Stauskas. We're good.
The Michigan, I'm sorry, the Iowa one.
Oh, Iowa fans were mad at me no matter what. However, I was trying to see and figure out.
No offense, Todd Kenny, but your fan base is always mad.
Okay, who's on the call? Guys, I don't know. So tomorrow at USC, Guy Haberman and Don McLean are on the call. So BTN, obviously. But yeah, I don't know.
First pitch of that game, Swim?
First pitch
in Auburn?
For Nebraska-Auburn tonight, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
By the way, tomorrow with Nebraska men's basketball, we'll talk about this later. Single season 3-pointers in Big Ten games. Price Sanford needs to hit 11 threes in the next 3 games, which feels pretty doable, to pass Sean Respert from Michigan State from 1994 to 1995 for most made threes in a single season.
Swim, I'm going to tell you something. That team with Respert, those boys were ballers, man. They had a squad that year. There was also a guy in the conference during that time, a little before. Foreman helped me out on this, but Big Robinson was a bad boy too. Huh?
Glenn
Robinson,
I think,
who passed away.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Sad deal.
Yeah, I think it was Glenn.
Yeah.
No, whatever. It is 10 o'clock though.
Yep. We've been going, man. We've been going. We will be back for a very, very
Are you
quick,
okay?
Yeah, I've just got all this coffee in me from that last gulp. We'll do a very, very quick history segment, and we want to dive into Nebraska basketball preview. Swim will be flying out this afternoon to head out to LA to see that. I'll probably text Tom and ask him, tell you some places where you should check out. You know, LA is his home, where he's from.
Yeah.
Folks, we'll be back on this fabulous Friday. Deal. You better believe it. Nick definitely does it. He says, Nick, your play-by-play is very well done. You always do a great job. Matthew said the same thing. Matt and Hickman, what's up, my brother? He goes, I enjoy listening to the Swim Call games. The next Kent P. And you know what? I
don't know about that
agree
one.
with that. He goes, he's a humble guy. He flips you guys a lot of crap, flips me a lot of crap. But Nick, I was just literally talking to you about, who was I? Was it my father-in-law or somebody? I said, yeah, he's got a gift. Because they were saying, man, that dude is really good for his age. I was like, yeah, he's a little punk. But
yeah, I love him.
But I love him. He's my punk.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
We'll be back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out their top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
It's seafood season at Amigos. Time to get that one-of-a-kind crisp crab rangoon burrito and dip it in some sweet chili sauce. There's a crab rangoon Frenchie, too. Enjoy grilled fish, grilled shrimp, or crispy fish tacos. Wrapped in warm whole wheat tortillas. Topped with pico de gallo, cabbage, and Amigos Chipotle mayo sauce. From jumbo shrimp baskets or fish and chips to fish tacos, there's something for everyone. You'll love the bold, fresh flavors of seafood at Amigos. Amigos is serving up a brand new way to score the bold, fresh flavors you love with 8 affordable value meals. At $5 and $6, these meals are easy on the wallet, so treat yourself anytime. Sink into the new 3-cheese melt or taco melt, both stacked with crave-worthy flavor in every bite. There's crunchy taquito dippers, too. Perfect for dunking in Amigos' famous ranch or spicy cheese. Big flavor, small price. Value meals at Amigos.
One last night, one legendary career. On April 4th at 7 p.m., Love Nebraska hosts Love Austin at Baxter Arena, and it marks the final home match of Olympic gold medalist Jordan Larson's career. From world championships to unforgettable runs in Nebraska, she's defined excellence at every level. Now she shares the court one final time at home against an Austin squad ready to compete. It's more than a matchup. It's a farewell to a Nebraska icon and global trailblazer. Be there to witness history on April 4th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at lovbneb.com/tickets.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm. Afternoon high near 71. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and cooler. The afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Pluckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay.
Smooth like apple butter. Okay.
Dude, you gotta send me that one again, dog. I don't know what I did with that one, man. That was good. Okay. Folks, let us know. I'm just curious. What are your plans this weekend? Because the weather is supposed to be nice for about another day or two. Let us know what you got popping this weekend. Are you going anywhere? Are you going to throw something on the grill? Because tomorrow is sunny and 57, man. And then Sunday and Monday get kind of a little bit. But it looks like it's just going to be rain. Swim is what we're looking at. I don't see any snow, and I could be wrong. My app could be wrong because you never know. It is Nebraska. That could change by in the next 90 minutes as far as that goes. So we'll see what happens with that. Swim, I do have some. Again, text in on Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685, 402-464-5685. What are your plans this weekend? Swim, I may be going to watch. I don't know if you can look this up real quick for me, big dog.
Sure. I was looking up unimportant stuff.
Oh, were you? Unimportant stuff. My nephew, those guys played. I think they find out this morning at 10 o'clock because they won last night.
Oh, huge.
So they beat Medicine Valley, which is out of Curtis, Nebraska. So they beat them.
A powerhouse. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm not going to dispute it. But they beat them last night. My nephew, Preston, and his squad, they ended up winning last night. They're in Sumner. So they play either Saturday or they play Monday. Deschler was possibly in the mix, which is about an hour and 30 from here, give or take. No. Take that back. It is hour 30 from here, but it's south of York, I believe. Text line helped me out, but my memory serves me right. I spoke there years ago. I believe it's south of York, Deschler, Nebraska. So let me know on that. But they're either playing Deschler or somebody else, Swim.
Oh, yeah. Nice little 14-point victory last night. Districts.
So we'll figure what that is.
I don't know if districts have been announced yet.
They said maybe not been announced yet because, like you said, they said about 10 o'clock.
Yeah. It says district final D25 at Deschler. Information not available at this time. Yeah, not available at this time.
I'm going to have to check with them. Text Bart. And
That'd be huge. I'd enjoy broadcasting the Sumner Eddyville Miller basketball game next week or 2 weeks.
I got to make sure I'm in town. Dang it, I think I'm out of town a lot that week, too. See?
I just said okay.
No, you did not say okay. No, you did not say okay. It was that. Interesting.
I was waiting for more information.
Yeah, well, I know I'm traveling in 2 weeks. You know what, though? It's only one spot.
Oh.
And I think it's in the evening, actually.
Oh.
It's the following
Where
week.
at?
This one is at it's that new resort place. Not resort. No, it's not a resort. Definitely not a resort. But it's that new lake living between Lincoln and Omaha where they got a bunch of them outside, like
in Ashland?
Weeping Water.
Oh.
Somewhere in that area over there.
Okay.
Where there's a beautiful reception area, like banquet place where they have a lot of big events, dinners, and functions.
Gotcha.
But I'm emceeing an event there. I think it's the following week that's nuts for me. But anyway.
March Madness.
Yeah, but I'll have my
Oh no!
I'll be able to watch though, buddy.
Well, I was planning a big surprise party for AD, watching March Madness basketball together, but you're
You
going
want
to be
to
out
bet
of
some
town.
push-ups that you weren't doing that?
I don't. How are you going to prove it?
Insanity ones.
How are you going to prove it?
Show me receipts that you're going to do that.
It's receipts are in my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
I haven't bought anything
You're
yet.
learning, my man.
I
You're
haven't bought
learning, young
anything yet.
grasshopper. You're learning.
No.
Oh, man. Chad in Kyle, Texas. What's up, brother? He goes, hey, we're going to watch the NASCAR race at Circuits of the America in Austin. Man, that's awesome. Circuits of the Americas in Austin. Brother, I love Austin, Texas. I love Austin. Good food, good environment. Swim in some great blues spots down there in Austin.
Really?
Yes. Dessler, straight west of Hebron, 136. Appreciate it. Unknown texter 5845. I appreciate you. I know where that's out. Fun fact, former Nebraska cornerback Eric Stokes was born in Hebron, Nebraska.
Okay, fun fact.
Probably the only brother born in that hospital.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure it is. Pretty safe assumption, Swim.
Okay.
And also, Swim.
No way.
He was born there because his father worked for the Department of Agriculture.
But
That's where he was stationed.
let's be real.
Have you been to Hebron before?
I have.
It's smaller than
not.
the studio.
Don't disrespect Hebron like that.
No, I'm not. That's just a fact.
You coming out.
What do you think the population of Hebron is?
Are we really doing this right
Yeah,
now?
we're doing this right now. Yes, we are. Population of Hebron. I guarantee it's not more than 2,000
The
people.
first thing that pops up is funeral home. 1,600.
What did I say? I guarantee it's not more than 2,000. And I was right.
Smaller than the studio. Smaller than the studio is disrespectful.
So
to people in
another
Hebron.
thing, though.
Don't worry. I'll stand up
Swim.
for the small town Nebraska
Swim.
folks. As AD
Swim.
travels to all these big places.
No, see, that's bullcrap. I was just in Sumner, Eddyville, Miller on Tuesday night with no stoplights. So that's not true. I'm going to stop you right there, amigo. I do not travel to only big
and
places.
as I fly out to LA today.
Yeah. First class, might I add, ladies and
that's
gentlemen.
not true.
He was telling me what he was going to have on the menu when we were driving here.
Oh, is that so? Yeah.
I think I'll start off with a double mimosa.
I didn't want to
That's what
say
she
anything,
said.
but AD said that they've been skipping on first class meals recently. And I said, well, how would you know that if you weren't in first class?
Hey, no. I'm going to tell you what else that I love that's an interesting story about Hebron. Now, Nick, this is before
Don't
your
change the
time.
subject.
No, I'm not. I'm keeping it on Hebron.
That's
Text
not what
line,
we're talking about.
text line, if you remember the tragic story, it is somewhat, of Little Boy Blue. There was a baby that was literally left on the side of the road. Text line, help me out if I'm not saying this, but it was Little Boy Blue. A baby was left in Hebron, Nebraska, side of the road.
That is sad. You just changed the whole trajectory of the rest of the show.
I told you this is a serious thing, man. When you get old like me, you just have a lot of information in your head. And I'm not saying I'm always, kind of, deliver it the right way.
Well,
like yesterday when I
organized,
got Dick Tracy wrong with the, it was actually Dragnet. And Frank, Frank was like, "Hey, buddy, get your story straight."
That's right.
It was Dragnet. It was
That's
not
right.
Dick Tracy. It was on there.
Jesse has something to say. He says, FYI, AD, 2,000 people is not a small town for Nebraska.
You know what? And that is true. That is very true. 2,000, because Sumner's only 210, I think, where I was at, Sumner, Eddyville, Miller.
Would that be classified as the village?
I don't know if it's classified as a village, but I'll classify it as a small town. It's very small. 210 people.
Maybe the text line will know. When does a village become a town? Because, I've been up to, Orchard, Nebraska. That's a village, right? How many people to constitute a town, or to make it a town? How many people is too many people for a village?
Unknown texter, 5845. I want you to text me. Do you or your wife remember a guy named Chris Eitzman that's from Hebron, Nebraska? Chris Eitzman went on to play football at Harvard.
Okay.
Spent some time with the New England Patriots. And he was from Hebron, moved to Nebraska, moved to Lincoln for a little bit, and then he disappeared. They moved someplace else, and I lost track of Chris Eitzman. One of the most solid dudes you ever meet. All due serious, Swim. Good dude, played tight end, and I think defensive end. But from Hebron, Nebraska, went and played football at Harvard. So ask your wife, 5845, if they remember Eitzman, Chris Eitzman. It's been years since I've seen Chris or heard from Chris, but we played flag football together back in the day when we were at the adult league. And Chris, just salt of the earth dude, man. But ask your wife, man, if you remember Chris Eitzman from Hebron, played college football at Harvard, the Harvard, and was living in New York for a while after he got done with the Patriots. And then I lost track of him, man, when he moved back here and he moved someplace else again.
So it sounds like 800.
Yes, he was in my brother's class when she said, that's, dude, if she can find him, tell my brother in Nebraska wants to find him. Why you laugh, Will?
Nothing. I was listening.
Chris Eitzman, good dude.
I love having the one-on-one conversations with people over the radio. There's 98% of the other people listening are just like, okay, yeah, we'll just talk about Chris Eitzman. I don't know who he is.
Did you see this from Barbecue Analyst? The true on Hebron. I worked with and was good friends with Leroy Stokes. That's Eric's dad.
Yes.
In fact, Leroy gave me Husker poster that Eric and several of the players signed, having hung them in my basement. Dude, BBQ Analyst, that is so cool, man. That is so cool.
Okay.
And Barney, yes, did play flag football at Union College. We'd always lose in the championship.
It's not Union College anymore, I don't think.
It's not? What's it called now?
I don't know. They changed the name a couple years ago.
Well, that is
Not
our
Union
history
College.
segment. We had a great flag football team. We never won the championship. Clester Johnson was our quarterback. I don't know how we lost all the time, but we'd get to the championship and we'd lose.
What position do you play?
Play receiver. And everybody's a receiver in flag
Sure
football,
hands.
though, man.
Well, there you go. There's your reason why you never won the championship. I didn't want to say it, but I got to the conclusion.
Phil the
Glad
Bird
we got to
says
the bottom of it.
800 plus population moves a village to a city. Second class.
There you go.
Barney, you probably beat us. Barney goes, we played against you. You probably beat us, Barney, because we'd always lose in the championship.
All right, Eddie, we're going to break.
That was our history segment. We come back. It's Nebraska ball.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at grazinggouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Way out there where the sun comes up under the big red sky, I do life the way I love, with family by my side. I feel home with me, no matter where I go.
Proud of where we're from, excited for where we're going. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com. Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Bafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back on this fabulous Friday. It is rounded up. And Eric, my man, E-Money, yes, Friday.
Yeah, great to hear from you, Eric.
You didn't say it like that. Like
Thanks for listening. Eric, have a great Friday.
Bleep off, Nick.
Hey, you're in my town. Eric says our company is currently working in the village of Dorchester. He's in my that's my second home.
He's in your spot.
I've been to the Legion a couple of times there.
How big is Dorchester?
Not big, like 600.
Okay, so that would be considered
a village.
A village.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think one of our texters said if it's 800 or less, it's a village.
Yeah.
So Sumner is definitely a village. It might be like just not even the village. It might just be the Ville.
The Ville. Yeah.
It might even have
exactly.
the rest of the letters on it. Swim tomorrow, 3 p.m. tip off, 1 p.m. What do you expect the audience to be like in California?
I don't know. I was
curious
thinking about this.
that.
I was thinking about this again. I wonder how many Husker fans will make the trip. Whether that's Husker fans from Nebraska or from like surrounding areas, right? I remember watching Illinois versus USC a couple of weeks ago, and Illinois' crowd kind of dominated USC's attendance. I was surprised to see that because you don't hear about Illinois fans necessarily traveling a ton to all of Illinois' games. But I would imagine there's a decent number of Husker fans and Husker alums that are living out in California. And if they're just a couple hours within either the USC game tomorrow or the UCLA game on Tuesday, I would imagine that some of them might be inclined to maybe take a trip and drive on down to either the Galen Center or to UCLA.
Swim, here's why I'm optimistic to see. I'm not going to say how much, Ray, but I'm optimistic to see, I would say, a decent amount.
Yeah.
You think about when Nebraska went out and played Stanford in volleyball.
Exactly.
And how hot they were. If Nebraska was just, down in the doldrums, I'd have a different tune. But for Nebraska fans out on the West Coast, I would include him there, Swim, as well as a lot of fans in Vegas.
Yeah.
A lot of Husker fans, as Tom, our earlier guest, mentioned. There's a lot of fans in Arizona. Those are not far jaunts from there at all. There's a lot of retirees out in the state of California as well that are Nebraska fans. So I'll put it this way. I'd be surprised if there's not a good representation of red in the stadium on the stands.
I think there's some interesting storylines to it as well. You have a Nebraska team that with Michigan State beating Purdue last night.
That was big.
That was big for
and Illinois plays Michigan tonight.
That is correct. That is correct. We're I would say that if you're a Nebraska fan, you are a Michigan fan tonight. Simply because you just want to try to create as much space as possible between the two. Between you and Illinois and Purdue and Michigan State, mostly Illinois and Purdue. But nonetheless, I mean, Nebraska has the head-to-head over Michigan State. They are currently second in the Big Ten Conference. If the season ended today, Nebraska would be the 2 seed. You know how you keep that in line? You win.
Yeah,
that's how you keep that. Nebraska cannot afford, in terms of the triple bye conversation 2 weeks from now at the Big Ten basketball tournament. Nebraska cannot afford to lose this weekend, this West Coast trip. You cannot go 0-2. You do not want to go 0-2. And I think Nebraska's best chance is tomorrow at USC. You don't get the job done tomorrow against the Trojans, who are depleted, have injuries, and are not really playing well right now. If you don't get the job tomorrow, that Tuesday night game at 10 p.m. Central Time gets a lot dicier and a lot more important for you before returning home against Iowa.
That game's at the Galen Center. Of course, Nick is going to be there. Nick, before I dive in between these numbers and some other things about this game, the big picture storylines, et cetera, how this is a business trip for sure. What's your pregame? Kind of give us your agenda for today, making your way out to the Los Angeles area.
So my flight, shout out to the Lincoln Airport. We cannot thank the Lincoln Airport enough, the official travel partner of us here, as we've been going to baseball, basketball. We're going to be going to Big Ten tournaments. We're going to go to the NCAA March Madness tournaments. All of that, our friends at the Lincoln Airport are exceptional. So that's the greatest part. Normally, I would have had to leave by now, right? Like I would have had to leave if I had to go up, 50 miles away from here. But instead, we'll get out of the show, make my way over to the airport around 11:45 ish. I'll leave the station, get to the airport around noon. I think I board at 12:30. Flight leaves to Denver at 1:00. And then I have like a 40-minute layover in Denver. I land in LA at like 4:45 LA time, that is. And then we'll kind of explore and kind of do some pre-recorded things that I can post tomorrow. I will do those tonight. I'll probably hop on at some point live tomorrow morning from Southern Cal. Do some stuff pregame, talk to some of the guys pregame, go over to the stadium or the arena about 2 hours before, watch shoot around. I usually connect with like a couple of the guys that I know. And then
fellow press members.
More so that, but also like I'll catch up with like recruiting coordinator Peyton Borders, things like
Absolutely.
that. So we'll do that, and stuff. And so we'll talk that and then watch the game. I'll join post game, and then Sunday morning at 7 a.m. flight leaves LA, and we're back here because we host early break on Monday. So,
gosh dang it! So I had a question I was going to ask you, but it'll come back. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Anyway, it'll hit me. That game's a 3:10 tip-off Central Time, 3:10 p.m. Central Time, BTN Network. There's, Nebraska swim, and to the folks that are listening, they're chasing a school record 14th Big Ten win. They're chasing that. 24 wins already, ties the best regular season mark in program history since 1990-91 is when that first took place. One more win within tying of all-time wins record. Nebraska's definitely had a historic win. But, Nick, as you mentioned, man, this is a business trip is what this is.
Yeah.
The first time we've played in California since 2016 which seems crazy to think that. Nebraska 6-2 in Big Ten road games this season. That's already a program record. 13-2 away from the vault since March 31st, 2025. Went 2-0 on the West Coast last season. I remember the Washington game in particular. Oregon and Washington. This team, Swim, is a calloused cadre of young, compared to me as far as that goes, but a very seasoned and callous team. With the experience they bring, Swim, and this not being a big deal for these guys, how much is that playing a part to those guys just keeping their wits together?
Well, I think it's a massive piece of it. Nebraska's in a spot right now that they are, as a program, uncharted waters. It's unfamiliar territory for Nebraska basketball's program. They just have to continue believing that they belong, right? Like, I feel like with Nebraska men's basketball, we can talk all the time about maybe on paper this team is more talented or more athletic, or they shoot the ball better, or they defend better. Sure. But also when you get into it and the bullets start flying, there's not many guys that I think that teams would take over Sam Hoiberg. I think when the bullets are flying, there's not, and you need somebody to hit a shot from the perimeter. There's few guys in the Big Ten Conference that you're choosing over Price Sanford. The veteran leadership of Rink Mast, despite him, the ability to come off the bench and Braden Frager. There's a lot of outside noise, and it's going to only get louder as you get into more meaningful games.
Absolutely.
So their ability to calm the seas around them and just keep it internal is good. Maybe that's one of the questions I ask tomorrow when we get to talk to Fred is just how as the noise gets louder, as the expectations get louder, and they become, like the conversations that we were having back at the early stages of January about excuse me, hypotheticals, they're becoming real. How do you balance and handle those expectations now that they're on the doorstep?
Swim, we talked about preparation, and I want to hear this from you because this stuff is always interesting to me. I love stuff like this. In all seriousness, when you get ready to go to a game, not as a fan, but as a media, especially on the road, what's kind of like your routine? I know you're there at the arena early. Just kind of walk us through that.
Well, I mean, so basically it's so I'll do a lot of the prep stuff tonight on the plane. I mean, because you got 2 hours, I might as well. So I'll do a lot of prep stuff on the plane, and like we know about Chad Baker-Mazara, who's an Auburn transfer from USC. We know about a couple of their guys as well. But really, USC's been kind of depleted. Also, I would love to, and it's tougher at places like this that don't necessarily have a ravaging fan base that's accessible, because I'd be really curious to know what the opinion of like Eric Musselman is right now. This is a guy that left Arkansas on his own accord, all signs and all things pointed to join a Big Ten school at USC to play, or to coach basketball. And sure, like the USC side of it and the mentality there like fits Musselman's personality, but there hasn't been droves of success like they expected to. The Muss Bus had some big NCAA tournament wins for Arkansas. And remember after that one where he takes his shirt off and he's flinging it around as he stands on the scores table, like that was the Eric Musselman that was successful at Arkansas. That hasn't been the case at USC. And so I'd love to, as we dive deeper into this over the next, 10 hours or so, I would love to figure out what the outside opinion of Musselman is. Not saying he's on the hot seat, but more so just, are people pleased with him right now?
I think that would be interesting if you can get some kind of gauge that. You think about USC right now. I mean, it's not like they're having a horrible season. I mean, they're 18-10. Conference-wise, they've struggled at 7-10. And I haven't dove deep into their schedule. And again, I have not dove deep in their schedule to see who those 18 wins are from. The game, I guess, that stands out to most of me right now is they just absolutely got throttled. I think it was by Illinois a few weeks ago, 101, 68 or something like that. But a large
part of that's been because they're depleted.
They had a lot of guys not playing.
Yeah, there was like 3 guys that didn't play. And so you sit there like that's what you take with somewhat of a grain of salt.
Absolutely.
I do want to broach this subject. Dogman asks on the text line, is there any truth to Braden Frager going to the portal? I will say this as confidently and clearly as I can. I have zero concern about Nebraska losing Braden Frager. That's all I'll say. Zero concern. I know everybody saw all the cryptic social media stuff. I know Nebraska fans, everybody saw it. I zero concern. And I just am. I'm more concerned about not even concern is the right word.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nebraska will do. I have faith and confidence in Fred Hoiberg and his staff that they assess and they see Braden Frager as a valuable piece of this thing going forward, and they will do whatever they need to do to make sure he's here. I more so hope that not because Nebraska can't or doesn't want to, I hope that guys like Quentin Rhymes and Leo Curtis, they see the vision for them. The guys that got less playing time, or a guy like Rhymes who redshirted this year, I hope that they see the vision, because if they don't, then that's the only reason that any changes are made. I look at Braden Frager, and if you are him, Fred Hoiberg sitting there going, this is why we redshirted you last year. You're going to be in the running for Big Ten Freshman of the Year. And next year, you're talking about one of the more meaningful players in the entire Big Ten Conference. Like, everything's there in front of you for the taking. And we know it. It doesn't matter where you go to school. NBA draft will find you. It'll find you. So, and Fred Hoiberg also, with the connections he has, I have zero concern. Maybe that's being arrogant and too cocky, but I just have zero concern about Nebraska losing Braden Frager.
Yeah, it's I'm going to stick with, and Swim, like I said, you shared with your opinion on that. And
absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Let me say that. Full opinion. I do not have
there's nothing wrong with it.
Any inside details.
Well, Swim, I think he'd be crazy to leave here. I mean, you're from here, the way that he's playing. You think about this, a year from now, can you imagine the opportunities they're going to await Sam?
Yeah. You get it. It's in
Nebraska's unique, Swim. And I want to share this real quick. There are no pro teams here. Mm-hmm. There are no other D1. I mean, you got Creighton, but that's night and day. I mean, what I'm simply saying by this, when you're Nebraska lore, like he is, opportunities are endless. Perfect example. A young man that played here. I don't ever mentioning Rilo's name. I wish that young man the best. Yeah. There's no other school he could have went to was going to have your name on the stadium.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about that. So you're leaving one of the most historic run in Nebraska basketball history. My advice to those younger guys, like a Frager, who's already been a flame on this season, you better think deeply about leaving this mug, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You can't think about the short-term money. You better think about the long-term longevity of being here for so long. So that's all I'll say about that. But I hope, like I said, I hope that's great, man.
I think Nebraska's fine.
Yep. Oh, so we'll be right back. I don't know what we got. We're so off. What do we got? It's not the adjustment yet, is it?
It might have to be.
Might have to be. Yeah. We'll get caught up. We'll be back regardless. We'll be back.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger, or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is your furnace ready for winter? Call Bryant to perform a thorough check for comfort and peace of mind. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Whatever it takes.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Way out there where the sun comes up under the big red sky, I do life the way I love, with family by my side. I feel home with me, no matter where I go.
Proud of where we're from, excited for where we're going. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It's seafood season at Amigos. Time to get that one-of-a-kind, crisp crab rangoon burrito and dip it in some sweet chili sauce. There's a crab rangoon Frenchie, too. Enjoy grilled fish, grilled shrimp, or crispy fish tacos, wrapped in warm whole wheat tortillas, topped with pico de gallo, cabbage, and Amigos Chipotle mayo sauce. From jumbo shrimp baskets or fish and chips to fish tacos, there's something for everyone. You'll love the bold, fresh flavors of seafood at Amigos. Amigos is serving up a brand new way to score the bold, fresh flavors you love with 8 affordable value meals. At $5 and $6, these meals are easy on the wallet, so treat yourself anytime. Sink into the new 3-cheese melt or taco melt, both stacked with crave-worthy flavor in every bite. There's crunchy taquito dippers, too. Perfect for dunking in Amigos' famous ranch or spicy cheese. Big flavor, small price. Value meals at Amigos.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me on Saturday from the Galen Center in Los Angeles as 93.7 The Ticket covers Husker basketball's big road game at 3 p.m. versus Eric Musselman and the USC Trojans. I'll have pregame and postgame videos on the Ticket's social media pages, as well as commentary throughout the game. And I'll chime in for postgame beginning around 5 p.m. as well. Our coverage from Los Angeles is sponsored by the Lincoln Airport, Diode Technologies, Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group, a BHHS ambassador, and Scissors and Scotch Lincoln.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back on this fabulous Friday, on this fourth quarter Friday.
I just beat Terrell Farley in Oklahoma drill.
I'm just gonna let you think that, let you ride that high.
What are you talking about?
See how the difference is. You did a great job.
Thank you.
See, when I brought up the Pirates, they were 4-2. You says, well, if that you think you can do,
I said it's important.
Got all Bill Belichick on
I'm
it.
saying it's important for you to acknowledge and recognize. I like to be fully transparent with people that usually the records in spring training are flipped because a lot of the stars will not play in spring training.
So can we be transparent about what just transpired here? That you said you beat him in the Oklahoma drill?
Terrell back down.
So
I lowered my shoulder.
I just see the way you see the way you were holding the ball. I'm like, Terrell's about to light this dude up.
I lowered my shoulder, and Terrell said, please, Nick, no."
And I was like, Terrell, don't unleash on this young man because he'll be in the other studio over there.
No, this glass is too thick.
You're supposed to say, like little Ben, we'll call it a tie then because
yeah, exactly. I guess we'll call it a tie. No.
Folks, a quick recap on today's show. We want to give Tom Hover a big thank you for calling in from Flagstaff. He was actually traveling. He was in Flagstaff today, but lives in Scottsdale. Him and Angie Thompson Hover, man, and Ben and Tom just keeping your family in our thoughts and prayers as Ben continues the hill. He's got a battle ahead of him. But again, like Tom mentioned, he's here to do that battle. So which is a huge blessing.
Jay texts in. Asked Nick how he almost got clocked yesterday. No,
what happened?
Here's the thing. It was 2 days ago. See, Jay's still a little suffering. So he was walking by our table out here right behind the studio window. And I was in the production studio. He was talking to Austin at the chair at our front desk. And so he wasn't looking at me. And I go, Jay, and I clapped my hands.
You scared him?
I scared the ever-living crap out of Jay Foreman. But I will say, he got that fist up so quick. He had it clenched.
Oh, he still got it, brother.
But I said, Jay, you would do that to me? It hurt my feelings to know that he would be so quick to unleash violence.
But no, it was a reflex.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to even scare him.
It was a reflex.
I just said, hey, what's up, Jay?
What do you if he would have hit you, what do you think you'd be here to talk about it today?
I do think I'd be here to talk about it. I don't know if Jay would be. I don't know if Jay would be here. I might have a lawsuit on my hands. NCAA. No, I'm kidding.
NCAA.
I'm suing everybody. No, I'm kidding. I would never sue Jay. I just make him pay for golf for an entire summer. I'd say, Jay, remember when you hit me? What are we doing over there, AD? You're checked out on me.
No, I'm not. I'm texting back a gentleman named Darren who texted me and was giving me information about the gentleman we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Just looking at some information on that. So I'm see, it's still show related. Still show related. Chris called you out, and it was funny in our group text when you said this meme. Well, I didn't share it with this group, but I'm going to share it with the entire station, the listenership right now.
That was yesterday.
It was freaking hilarious. And first of all, that was a good meme too, man. That was hilarious.
The world is 4.5 million years old, and we still exist at the same time as Sam Hoiberg.
Oh, man. You're talking about a kid that's going to have an ample amount of opportunities in front of him because of just his demeanor, his character, and the way that he's carried himself as a Husker. So it just makes you proud, man. It just makes you proud. Unknown texture 2211, you're exactly right. There is no panic in this team, and they've shown that, man, the way they've played. So it's going to be an interesting trip. So I think, again, we're going to, I keep saying learn a lot about them. We've learned a lot already. But on a West Coast trip, we talked about it, how do you finish these things out? The first time you've played in LA since 2016, obviously they played Oregon last year, beat them, and Eugene played Washington, Seattle, and beat them as well. I remember that Washington game in particular, because it was just like first of all, that arena's dark, kind of scattered, attendance, et cetera. You've seen even some Husker red in there. So I remember those two, but yeah, USC, UCLA, that's going to be a good weekend. A couple days for those guys out there this week. Swim, the 80 attitude adjustment is today. I posted this morning on my socials. If you're an Instagram person, feel free to go there and follow that. Swim, there's times I'm not going to post anything. And I've been encouraged. A lot of it comes from my dad. He goes, sometimes, son, when you're sharing a message, it's not for you. It's for others who may be going through something. So get out of your own way sometimes when you're doing that. But this morning's post, and in the morning, it's kind of the alignment setup that I put in here. And it's when we played at Nebraska, we'd always put up 4. You see that on TV all the time. People put up 4. Fourth quarter. Didn't matter, folks, if we were up 30. Didn't matter if we were down 3. Because I think about the Miami game. We were down 17-10 to start that fourth quarter. We were down at 17 at one point during that game. We came back and won. I can still remember the guys from before us and Coach Osborne telling us in the locker room, let's get it done this time. Because we had been down there times before. Him since 83 had been to Miami times before and left there with a horrible taste in your mouth. So today, folks, don't coast, don't ease up because you're ahead, and don't quit because you're behind. And research actually shows that most people mentally disengage late in the week. And it's not just because of March Madness is coming up. This is something that happens throughout the year. And it's not because people can't perform, it's because people choose to coast. I'm included in that. Long-term regret is tied more to what we didn't finish than what we failed at. Go finish this day out, this week out strong. Fourth quarter Friday. Swim, little brother, man, love you. Safe travels out to LA. Have a great time out there. Folks, thanks for riding with us. We've got plenty of shows coming up. It won't be one-on-one with DP because he's out of town.
No, Box got you covered from the 11 o'clock hour. I'm sure Austin will step in as well, but I got to make my way.
Got to wear your bounce. Folks, thanks for riding with us today. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday.
.93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm, an afternoon high near 71. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and cooler, an afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Pluckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Lincoln's Coffee Week is now Coffee Month in February. With 25 participating venues, visit and check into at least 10 for a chance to win a $250 gift card to the venue of your choice. More details at lincoln.org/coffee-month, brought to you by Visit Lincoln.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hey fellas, let's take a quick time out here. February is American Heart Month, and listen, men are the worst at getting checked out. We'll watch every stat in the league, but ignore the most important one. That's our own heart health. So here's the play. Talk to your doctor about scheduling a quick heart screening at Advanced Medical Imaging. It's fast, it's easy, and it could save your life. Your family needs you around a lot more than your fantasy team does. Make the call, get the checkup, take care of your heart at Advanced Medical Imaging.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims,